My name is Scott, and my journey to music has been like probably a lot of people. Started in high school back in the late 60s. Everybody was in a garage band, and it was very enjoyable. Enjoyed it a lot, but just got away from it. And now I'm at the point in time where I have more money than talent, so it's not too expensive to get back into buying a decent guitar and an amplifier. And you know, I knew how to play chords and those sort of things, but I never worried much about strumming patterns and picking and how to hold a pick, and you know, some of those really basic things when you're a high school kid. You know, you're just trying to make noise that somebody might appreciate, and you know, now it's more nuanced, and I'm much more interested in learning about music. I'm not that far away from retirement. I always thought, you know, one thing that would really be fun is someday become a street performer and just set up on the street corner and play some music for an hour, and then see if anybody would throw money in my guitar case. And then just, you know, I thought that would kind of be a fun thing to do if I ever got good enough to, you know, to think I could actually perform. That'd be really fun. I've been really happy with the product. I thought it was a good investment, and because, you know, there's a little bit of money involved, it gets me into, instead of just saying, well, I'm going to try to find a video online for free, you know, it's a little bit more motivation to get on the site, to find something I'm interested in and stick with it until I, you know, complete the lesson or learn the song or whatever it is that I'm trying to do. One thing is my attention span's not that long, so sometimes something that goes over a half hour, sometimes I just feel like, you know, I'm going to take a break so I can stop and come back to it. And some of them, you know, I've been on some of the live lessons and some of the archives, been able to go through a whole hour and 15-minute lesson. But other times it's like, you know, I really feel I've got a little bit of time before I go to bed or when I get up in the morning, and I just want to, you know, just get my fingers loosened up, make sure my calluses are still there, and so I can go back to something that maybe I didn't quite finish and finish it off. And that's a pretty, and there's always a sense of accomplishment, you know, when you get from one end of the lesson to the other and you realize, yeah, I really have improved a little bit. That's a good motivator as well. Yeah, I would absolutely recommend it to people, because I think if you are just going around the internet trying to find little tidbits here and there, and it just doesn't give you the same continuity to build upon. And I think, like I said before, the investment that you make, for a lot of people, and I'm one of those people, if I make an investment, I try to get something out of it. So I think there's a little bit of motivation there, but I think it's a really good option. I actually have recommended it to people before, a couple friends. And it's surprising, I've realized now I have a couple guys who are also, that I know, that are closet guitarists. And we've sort of found a new way to talk to each other about, you know, it's the same sort of thing. People now who have more money than talent, but would love to get back and play guitar, and now can afford a good guitar, and don't necessarily want to pay for a private lesson, but, you know, the nice thing about JamPlay is it gives you so many options. That say one day you feel like I'm going to learn more about rock and roll, or I'm going to learn some blues or some bluegrass or some country type of style. I think that's really the fun part. You're not stuck. You could never find one teacher who was really skilled in all those different genres, but with JamPlay you can just say, hey, I'm interested in some blues, and now I want to do rock and roll, and now I want to do country or folk. You know, I think that's really the advantage to me.